What if I told you that the reason you've been feeling sluggish, less confident, or just off lately could be as simple as an imbalance in your body's acidity? And that a teaspoon of baking soda, yes, the same one you have in your kitchen, could be the missing link to restoring your energy, circulation, and even your confidence after 60. This isn't some unproven theory, it's the science that many older adults have never been told. I'm Dr. John, a men's health physician with over 30 years of clinical experience helping men and women regain their vitality, energy, and clarity without relying on gimmicks or shame. I've seen what truly works, and often it starts with the smallest changes. Here's the surprising truth. Baking soda isn't just for cleaning. When used correctly, it can support your blood flow, improve oxygen delivery, enhance muscle function, and even help open up those tiny vessels that nourish your vital organs. Yes, even the ones tied to sexual health. Most people have no idea how closely linked these benefits are. In this video, I'm going to show you how to safely use baking soda to boost your energy, vitality, and intimate health, starting today. No fluff. Just straightforward science-backed solutions that work from the inside out. And if you stick with me until the end, I'll share a simple 7-day plan that my senior patients have called their second chance in a teaspoon. Before we jump in, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Hit that button, turn on the bell, and never miss another powerful, simple tip to help you stay vibrant after 60. And if this resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. Your feedback helps me serve you better. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth that most people ignore. Why do so many older adults lose their vitality, energy, and confidence after 60? It's not just aging, it's what's going on inside your body that truly matters. And understanding that is key to getting it all back. Why your glow fades after 60. I've sat with hundreds of older men and women, and the question I hear most often is, why do I feel like I've lost my spark? It's not about vanity, it's a deep human desire to feel alive again, to look in the mirror and see vitality, not exhaustion. After 60, many notice their skin looks duller, their energy fades faster, and their confidence in their bodies starts to slip away. Most people chalk it up to aging, but the truth is, there's often something else at play. Your body's internal environment is becoming more acidic, inflamed, and burdened with waste it can no longer efficiently eliminate. As your kidneys slow down and your blood thickens, toxins start to linger longer. Circulation weakens, and over time, that natural radiance begins to fade. I remember a patient, Harold, who was 67. He used to feel vibrant in the mornings, sharp, strong, ready to take on the day. But recently, even after a full night's sleep, he still felt sluggish. His skin looked tired and his motivation had disappeared. Doctors told him everything was normal, but he knew something had changed. The truth is, our bodies weren't built to operate with years of slow toxin buildup. They need help to restore balance, and sometimes that help comes from the most unexpected places. Enter baking soda. Once you understand how baking soda restores your body's natural chemistry, you'll never look at it the same way again. The science of baking soda and your body's pH. When I first explain to my patients how baking soda works in the body, I often see their eyes widen with disbelief. Wait, that white powder I use to brush my teeth, they ask. Yes, exactly that. Beyond its everyday uses like deodorizing fridges and whitening teeth, baking soda is a natural alkalizer. That means it helps neutralize excess acid in your body, gently nudging your internal chemistry back toward balance. And for those of us over 60, achieving that balance can be a game changer in how you feel. As we age, our bodies tend to become more acidic. This hidden acidity can silently drain your energy, stiffen your joints, dull your skin, and slow down cellular function. It's like a fog that clouds your entire system, but when you use baking soda correctly, it acts like a gentle breeze, clearing that fog away. Your blood flows more freely, oxygen moves more efficiently, and inflammation begins to subside. I remember one patient, Raymond, who started a simple baking soda routine. After just a short time, he told me, it's like I got a little bit of my spark back. Now don't get me wrong, baking soda isn't a miracle powder, but when used properly, it's a powerful tool that lays the foundation for something even more vital: your circulation. Without strong, steady blood flow, even the best habits won't be as effective. So let's explore how this tiny ingredient might hold the key to restoring one of your body's most crucial systems: baking soda and blood flow. The circulation link. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of practicing men's health, it's that circulation is everything. It's not just about the heart or arteries. It's about ensuring that life-giving blood reaches every part of your body. Yet after 60, many men begin to notice colder hands and feet, slower healing, increased fatigue, and even difficulties in the bedroom. These are all signs that your blood isn't circulating as it should. What frustrates me most is how often these signs get dismissed as just part of aging, when in fact your body might simply be calling out for better circulation. This is where baking soda transitions from being a kitchen staple to a powerful circulatory ally. Studies have shown that when taken in proper doses, baking soda can help relax blood vessels and support the production of nitric oxide, which improves vessel flexibility. It works almost like an internal cleanser, gently supporting the pathways that your blood needs to nourish muscles, the brain, skin, and yes, even your sexual organs. I had a 71-year-old patient, George, who came in frustrated by his cold limbs and low energy. Within a week of starting a basic baking soda routine, he said, "It's like someone turned the faucet back on. It's not magic, it's chemistry. And this simple powder is one more way to support the foundation of your vitality." But strong blood flow isn't just about feeling warmer or more alert. It plays a crucial role in your stamina, performance, and confidence, especially in your most private moments. And that's exactly what we're going to uncover next. Baking soda and muscle performance after 60. As we get older, there's a quiet frustration that comes when our bodies no longer respond the way they used to. I hear it often from men who tell me, "Doc, I'm doing everything I used to do, but it's just not the same anymore." Whether it's trouble with muscle performance, stamina, or recovery, the struggle is real. But here's the thing, it's not about age, it's about how our body systems begin to slow down, and how we can help them function better. This is where the magic of simple solutions like baking soda can come in, giving your muscles the support they need to perform at their best. Let's dive deeper into how this unassuming powder could be a game changer for your muscle performance and overall vitality. They say, "I still feel exhausted after even the smallest effort," and what they're describing isn't laziness or lack of discipline. It's the natural buildup of acid and aging muscles. As we get older, even the simplest activities can leave our muscles sore, tight, and slow to recover. That's where baking soda steps in as an unexpected but effective ally. Baking soda has a remarkable ability to buffer lactic acid, the very substance that builds up in your muscles when they're under strain. When this acid lingers, you feel worn out more quickly. But when it's neutralized, your muscles work more efficiently for longer and bounce back more easily. I remember James, a retired firefighter in his late 60s, who enjoyed his daily walks but would often experience cramping halfway through. We added a small dose of baking soda to his morning routine. A few days later, he told me, "I made it through the whole park loop without cramps. First time in months." It's those little wins that help restore your confidence not just in your body but in life itself. While improved muscle recovery is a blessing, there's something even more profound that baking soda can assist with, something older men rarely talk about, but quietly worry about every day. Let's discuss what happens when baking soda helps restore blood flow to one of the most vital yet vulnerable parts of your body. Baking soda and mental clarity, the brain-glow connection. There's a moment that many of my patients describe, and I've experienced it myself too. You walk into a room and forget why. You can't find the word that's right on the tip of your tongue. You wake up already tired. These small lapses are often dismissed as just getting older, but deep down they leave a mark. They chip away at your confidence. I had a patient named Leonard, a retired school teacher, who once told me, "I used to feel sharp, like I could take on anything. Now I feel like I'm walking through fog." What most people don't realize is that mental fog and fatigue are often linked to what's happening inside your blood, and how well that blood is nourishing your brain. When your internal pH is off, when your blood becomes sluggish and acidic, your brain pays the price. This is where baking soda comes into play. By gently helping to create a more alkaline environment in your body, baking soda supports better blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most, especially to your brain. The result, you may start to feel a little clearer, a little steadier, and more present. Leonard described it as a lifting of the fog. That kind of clarity isn't just about memory, it's about showing up fully for your life, your family, and your conversation. When your mind feels awake again, the rest of your body begins to follow. But what if I told you that this same simple remedy could support one of the most overlooked muscle groups in your body? One that's directly tied to control, strength, and even sexual health. Let's explore something most men never think to train, but definitely should. How baking soda can unclog veins in the penis. This is where things get personal, and understandably so. Sexual confidence doesn't just fade with age. It often gets buried under layers of frustration, shame, and silence. I've had countless older patients come to me seeking help with this issue. And while it's not something most men openly discuss, the truth is, as we age, circulation in certain areas of the body can slow down, leaving us feeling less confident and less vital. When blood flow is restored in these critical areas, the improvement can be profound. Baking soda, by supporting healthy circulation, can help clear the pathways that nourish this sensitive and important part of the body, improving function and confidence in ways that many men may not even realize. It's a delicate issue, but one that deserves attention. If we pay attention to all the systems in our body, including the ones we're too shy to talk about, we open the door to a fuller, more vibrant life. And that's where baking soda can help, quietly but powerfully, restore balance where it's most needed. They often whisper, "I don't feel like myself down there anymore." What they don't realize is that the issue is often less about testosterone levels, and more about blood flow. The real problem is that the small vessels feeding the penis, what I like to call the penis veins, have become narrowed, inflamed, or clogged over time. This is where baking soda comes into play. It helps improve circulation by reducing acidity and easing inflammation in the blood vessel. When your internal chemistry is balanced, blood flows more freely, not just to your brain or muscles, but to the most intimate parts of your body as well. One of my patients, Walter, 72, said it best, "It didn't just help my performance, it gave me back my dignity." That's the kind of transformation we rarely talk about, but one that we deeply deserve. When used correctly, baking soda can be part of a larger solution to help restore vitality in areas of your life that may have felt quietly lost. But don't be mistaken, this isn't about miracle. It's about giving your body the support it needs to function naturally again. How to use baking soda safely, internal and external methods. Now that you understand what baking soda can do for your circulation, energy, and even intimacy, the next step is learning how to use it safely and effectively. Here's the truth, just like any powerful tool, it can either help or harm depending on how it's used. Over the years, I've seen many men jump in too quickly, taking too much or using it the wrong way, only to end up discouraged or even worse. So here's what I always tell my patients: you don't need to overdo it. In fact, less is often more. A simple mix of half a teaspoon of baking soda stirred into a glass of room temperature water, taken on an empty stomach a few times a week, is often all it takes to begin restoring balance in your body. I've had men come back after just a few weeks saying that their digestion improved, their skin looked healthier, and they felt lighter in their own bodies. It's not dramatic, but it's subtle and powerful. For others, especially those dealing with swelling or joint stiffness, a warm baking soda foot soak before bed can ease tension and help your body detox through the skin. I've even recommended gentle baking soda masks for patients whose skin had lost its brightness. They were amazed by the change after just 1 or 2 uses, but while these methods can be incredibly helpful, they only work when done with care. There are mistakes that can quietly undo all the benefits. So before you begin, let's talk about what not to do and how to avoid the silent traps many people fall into. Mistakes to avoid with baking soda. One of the most frustrating things I see in my practice is when someone tries a promising remedy like baking soda but uses it the wrong way, only to end up thinking it doesn't work, or worse, that it made things worse. And I don't blame them. Most people aren't taught how to use natural remedies responsibly. They're either told to avoid them completely or to go all in without understanding the balance in between. With baking soda, balance is key. One mistake I often see is overuse. Just because a little baking soda helps, doesn't mean that more is better. Taking too much too often can upset your stomach, increase sodium levels, and even burden your kidneys, especially if you already have underlying health issues. I once had a patient, Robert, who started taking baking soda every morning and evening. He meant well, but soon he began experiencing bloating and fatigue. After we scaled it back, he felt better within days, proof that moderation is key. Another common mistake is skipping breaks. Your body doesn't need constant correction, it needs support in waves. That's why I often recommend using baking soda 3 to 4 times a week, not daily, indefinitely. If you're on medication, especially for blood pressure or kidney issues, it's crucial to consult your doctor first. Natural doesn't mean risk-free, it means respectful. When used properly, baking soda becomes a quiet ally in your routine, supporting your health in subtle yet powerful ways. For those who want to take it a step further, I've created something truly special, a 7-day protocol my patients love because it's easy, gentle, and effective. Let me walk you through it. The 7-day Glow and Confidence Morning Protocol. Sometimes the best results come from small, consistent actions. I've seen powerful changes happen not through drastic overhauls, but through simple daily choices that build momentum over time. That's why I designed this 7-day protocol, not as a strict regimen, but as a gentle rhythm. It's something my patients, especially those in their 60s and 70s, can follow without stress and often with surprising results. The routine starts each morning with a small act of self-care, half a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water, taken before breakfast. Not every day but on select days, just enough to support alkalinity without overwhelming your system. On other days we focus on recovery, a foot soak, a face rinse, or light movement paired with deep breathing. What we're doing isn't just supporting the body, we're inviting it to remember how to feel good again. Slowly you'll begin to feel lighter, more awake, and more connected to your natural rhythm. One of my longtime patients, Earl, told me that for the first time in years, he looked forward to mornings again. It gave me something to count on, he said, and the spark started coming back. This routine isn't a cure, but it's a reminder that your body still knows how to heal, how to shine, and how to move forward with strength and grace. However, even the best routine means little if we don't protect the mindset behind it. This brings me to something deeper, something no remedy can give you, but every man over 60 desperately needs to reclaim. Final words from Dr. Smith. There's something I wish every man over 60 could hear, not just once, but often enough for it to truly sink in. Your body is not broken. It may be slower, softer in places, or feel unfamiliar at times, but it's still yours, still alive, still capable of joy, strength, and yes, real healing. The truth is, most of what we call aging isn't just about the passing of time, it's an accumulation of stress, inflammation, silence, and too often, shame. These are the hidden burdens that weigh heavily on so many. I've sat with countless patients who've spent years hiding how they feel, ashamed of a fading libido, a softening belly, or the sense of no longer being the man they used to be. But what I've learned, and what I continually remind them, is that confidence isn't something you simply outgrow, it's something you reclaim. Small acts like waking up and taking control of your health with something as simple as baking soda can be the spark that reignites your sense of self. Because when you choose to care for your body, you're telling it that it still matters. You're saying, I'm not done yet, and I believe that truth with all my heart, you are not done. In fact, you may just be entering your strongest, wisest, and most powerful chapter yet. Now if this message stirred something in you, stay with me just a little longer, because I have one final reflection, a simple grounding reminder that could change the way you view your body, your health, and your future from this moment onward. If this message spoke to you, if even one part made you feel seen, heard, or hopeful, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and leave a comment below. Tell me what part resonated with you most, or what topic you'd like me to cover next. Your voice helps this community grow, and if you'd like to support my mission to bring honest, empowering health advice to more seniors, consider making a small donation. Every gesture, big or small, helps keep this message alive. Thank you for being here. You matter more than you know.